Hello and welcome to the August 2014 energy reading. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, we've come to quite a special time as we have a lot of planets going into Leo in this month, and we have an opportunity to pause and realign with our essence as we prepare ourselves for our next steps forward into the future. Now, many of us are feeling like there's been so many changes in the structures of our lives, which is that Pluto-Uranus square. And if those changes in the structures of your life haven't happened yet, say in relationship, career, job, that's kind of the flavor of things that are going on. And so it's time to let go of the old, of what's no longer serving you, and allow yourself to begin to vision and dream. This Leo energy is giving us an opportunity to align with our essence and vision and dream, and allow ourselves to entertain the possibility of an optimal life for ourselves, with optimal relationships, optimal career, and expressing the truth of who we are here on this planet. And we may not know how we're going to get there, but right now is a crucial opportunity to point yourself in the direction of your essence. And what is your essence? What are your gifts? Maybe you don't even know that. We're learning who we really are as we begin to incarnate our true star essence. And so it's a time to listen and pay attention to the signs and the symbols, and just allow yourself to orient your life towards your essence, what feels good, what's your passion, what you really care about, and see what unfolds as you begin to hold a vision of what's possible. So the overall flavor of August has to do with this push-pull between this desire to create the new and not knowing exactly how to move forward to get there, the falling away of the old and wondering what is going to catch you as you step over the precipice into the new. And this is shown by, at the beginning of the month, Venus comes into a trine with Saturn, and then Mars comes into a square with Jupiter. And this is kind of speaks to the overall flavor of August, that there's a push-pull around our work and duty coming into alignment with our passions, our love, and then the part of ourselves that's ready to move forward but's not quite sure how to go forward in the right direction to, knowing that the old way isn't going to get us to our new visions. And so this is the tug of war, push-pull between our visions and dreams and what we believe is possible. So we ourselves are coming up against our own limitations. And this Leo energy here in August, particularly right in the middle of August, is the still point activation to realign your life, redirection your life towards what your soul purpose is, the sun of yourself, letting that essence speak in your life. And so take the opportunity to do that. Now, it's an interesting time because we've been waiting all year for our personal planets to go to be direct. And now we have all of our personal planets direct, but we have 3 big planets retrograde, our big slow-moving planets, including Pluto and Uranus, the big players. Pluto and Uranus squares, the major astrology over this last 3 or 4 year period, and absolutely crucial. But these main players, the king and the queen of this chess game, are off on a trip in the country for a while in this retrograde. And we have our personal planets ready to go, ready to move forward. But where are we going? What are we doing? We know the old isn't working, but what does the new look like? What do we want it to look like? Can we let ourselves dream a new dream? This is the energy that's going on right now. And if you can step into this expansive energy of Jupiter in Leo and these other planets in Leo, this expression of our dreams and visions from within, and let yourself move forward with your will into the expression of who you really are, and again, let your life align with those structures. So the same kind of energy going on. The big players of the bigger picture kind of slowed down in retrograde, rethinking, we're ready to move forward, but how do we do it in the right way? Because we know the old is no longer serving us, and those structures are continuing to fall away in our life. And where we have struggle is where we're resisting those structures falling away. So we have 4 planets in Leo here at the middle of the month. And this is the Sun and Jupiter and Venus and Mercury. And so we're really having a Venus or a Leo activation, and towards that energy of aligning your life with your soul essence. And you're going to feel some feelings of allowing yourself to dream and vision, and also feeling support to, again, let fall away what in your life can't support that, and letting yourself dream, envision, invite, entertain optimal, rather than struggling with the old in our life. That's, well, is it working? Is it not working? It's kind of working. Well, I don't want to totally throw it away because it's not quite working, but let yourself move into entertaining optimal for yourself in your career, in your structures. Let yourself imagine and entertain what's possible. Widen your horizons. Jupiter and Leo, this is the time of this next year, is we're going to be asked to widen our horizons again and again and again. Until we can entertain the new possibilities, we cannot create them. And so do your part in being a radical visionary in your life and standing up for your truth, and making sure that the people and the structures and everything around you are in support of that. So the other thing that's going on is that Mars is in Scorpio, and Mars and Saturn both had retrograde cycles starting in March, and so they're very connected in this forward motion. The fighter part of us, the male part of us, action planet Mars, and Saturn, our work, duty, karma. And so they've been tag teaming here in this retrograde and having kind of crossing each other. Now this is all going to culminate on the 25th as we have a new moon in Virgo, and the sun will have moved into Virgo, and these planets come into a conjunction. And so it's going to be a completion of this energy of what we've just been talking about. What is support? What is the definition of support? That Mars moving forward. How do our relationships move us forward? We're also used to being limited by the structures around us. And so that, again, we have to open up to the possibility of having people in our life that want to hold up our dreams and visions, and they want to, that they have a piece of the puzzle, because their visions are your visions and your visions are their visions, because we're aligning in our roles to create this new earth. And so there's just an opportunity to invite that kind of support, people around you that really want to see you flourish and succeed, as you want to see them flourish and succeed. And it's a whole new model, and this is what Saturn and Mars have been kind of dancing around telling us about. And so coming to this culmination on the new moon, this is a lot what this month is about, is accepting, envisioning, letting ourselves entertain the notion of true support in our lives. And so being open to that. And so Mars is a fighter planet here in Scorpio. It's a fiery planet. It rules Aries, but it's also very it's also a ruler of Scorpio. And so there's a lot of power here in bringing a fight, some fire energy to the underbelly, the work of the underbelly that we've been doing with this Saturn in Scorpio for the last year and a half or two. So we've been going to the depths of our inner subconscious and cleansing out the shadow. And we've been kind of stuck in the mud with that Saturn retrograde in this spring, feeling like, oh man, going back over the same core issues and feeling like, am I getting anywhere? And now Mars is saying, let's put an engine on that boat and let's move that. And so that stuff is not going to be able to be, you can't hold on to it You know, Mars is telling us it's time to let it go. But of course, as you start to move in the muck, stuff is stirred up and it can be a little bit uncertain. But know that it's moving. Just know that it's time to move through the mud. Mars is bringing us motion and bringing us umph to that underbelly. And it's time to just walk away from those core issues and say, hey, I'm ready to move on to the future. It's time to envision the future. And that takes releasing these issues of the past that we've all been grappling with. We've been trying to clear lifetimes of karma. And now it's finally time to start orienting towards what is in front of us rather than just what's behind. Not that those things aren't still going to be there, but when you know why, and when you understand why you've done the work you've done to clear so you can move into the life of your dreams, move into your role in creating this new earth reality, then it's all worth it and it all makes sense. And so use this fiery time here to face these issues in the face, and know that they're only as scary as you allow them to be. And we all have them. And just say, I'm done. I'm done with you. It's time to move forward. And then put your will into that future, orienting yourself in time and space with your essence. Because it's about coming together, that soul team coming together, knowing that we're working on the same project, feeling ourselves as a piece of a puzzle, that beautiful empowerment of co-creation, and knowing that if we're going to get anywhere in healing and saving and allowing Earth to come into her greatest potential, we need to come into our greatest potential. And we need to be one tribe. We need to be with one vision. But the one tribe is each of us in our unique divine essence as well. And so the healing of the earth comes when we can see ourselves in each other and see that we're whole, but also be willing to be that divine, radical, visionary, and stand up for your essence. Live for your essence and your truth. And you are the revolutionary when you decide that you're going to stand up for optimal and entertain possibilities. So thank you so much for joining me on this journey, and I hope you'll have a most wonderful Leo activation into amazing possibilities of the future. Hold your vision in that true radical, visionary, revolutionary way, and blessings on your journey. Namaste.